It's been a long time, yeah, since I made a recording. I last week or so I made up my mind that I will do this twice a week and be consistent with it. And then I attempted to do my next video, and my phone would just cut off. There isn't any space. I downloaded pictures into a drive that I got. It's so okay. And so today I hope that it would stick to me with me to the end. Um, I hope everything has been going well with you. Um, by the grace of God, everything is going well here. I would give an update maybe the next time that I'm on. But today I just want to talk about patience. You've probably heard me over and over again talk about how God beat patience into me. Um, when I started this journey, it was rough. Um, I didn't I didn't have patience for all the time that it would take for things to be done. I would just get anxious, I would get headaches, I would get all so wound up, just waiting. It felt like death in itself. And I have this story that now my sister and I would laugh at, but it was not funny at the time. So at the beginning, after they found the tumor, they had to diagnose what that tumor was. And so they did a biopsy, but it was inconclusive. And so then they did another biopsy, told me to get off the steroids before they do it. But instead of calling me with the answer, the doctor scheduled a time for me to come into his office. I've never been to the office. Before I get there, in fact, before the day before, my nerves were up. I was struggling with anxiety, and so when I got to the doctor's office, it was full-blown anxiety. And so the nurse comes in, and she does all the vitals, and then she tells me, oh, he's gonna have to look into like your sinuses, and so I need to numb your sinuses. And for some reason, she soaked cotton balls with the numbing thing and put them both in my nose. With my heart already like beating, it was just out of control. I couldn't stand it. And so I called the nurse and asked her to can she remove it? I told her I can't breathe. I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm just too anxious. And somehow she didn't understand. The doctor came in really upset. He had no news because the test was inconclusive again. But he was so disrespectful in his tone. And so when I left, with all that emotion, and then feeling so targeted because of something that I don't know, I have never done before. And then to put that in at a time when I'm so anxious and waiting for answers, it was a lot. So I got in my car and I just cried. I cried. I think I cried because the stress had been so much on me. And then the doctor had been rude in my assessment. So I called my sister, and obviously she talked me like into a calm mood, and now we laugh about it because it's like, who puts cotton balls into someone's nose to numb it? I mean, when I went to Johns Hopkins, they had a different way of numbing it. They didn't have to put cotton rolls. I mean, growing up, if somebody did that, if somebody you saw something like that in the drama, it means the person was dead, right? Or it's a ghost. And so I laugh about it now, but that was how bad it was. If I had to wait for any test results, and nobody seemed to be in the hurry. But then I realized that this was not good for me. And so I started to read the scriptures, scriptures that I had highlighted before, such as the Philippians 4, verse 6, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Psalm 27, verse 14, wait for the Lord and take heart and wait for the Lord. And then one of my favorites, do not worry. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. I realized that everything, the fight was in my mind, and I listened to a podcast at the time that TD Jakes did, and he was talking about the battle being in your mind, and because of how your mind is powerful, it's the reason why the devil would bombard your mind with so many things. And so you can plan for the day. If it's successful, you can do anything. Hearing him actually articulate that, I listened to that video over and over and over again, until I had it in my soul, and I read the scripture. I knew that the battle was in my mind, and I still know it's in my mind. I'm still fighting it today. So come now to present day. It's been 2.5 years, I believe, since I have been on the cycle of scans and biopsies, and the fact that they say the disease has returned and it's in other parts of my body. But I can sit with it. I am not spending my day wound up about it. There are days I don't even think, it doesn't come to mind. And it's all by the grace of God. There are times that you just have to go by the grace of God. But you will think that I have this under control and that it doesn't happen. No. Throughout this job search, I've gotten anxious, even though I haven't completely fallen apart by it. But there was a time during my treatment that I had no control. I think it was what triggered it was because I was supposed to do 4 rounds of chemo and then do 4 weeks of radiation. In my case, proton therapy, because of the location of the tumor. And after the 4, I was like so happy. And then my radiation oncologist calls and says, I need you to do 2 more rounds of chemo. And chemo is every 2 weeks. And then I'll do 3 weeks of proton therapy, because the chemo is actually the one that is less toxic. I don't know what happened to me at that point. I just had an anxiety. I don't know what was panic attack or anxiety. I couldn't do anything. I just would sit every day just looking at the time the kids have to eat, and then just hoping it would be nighttime, so that I would take my medication and sleep. And then at 4 a.m. my heart would just pound, and then I'm up again, and it's like I didn't understand what was going to my body. I couldn't control my mind. I couldn't pray. I couldn't do anything. All I wanted to do was the day to end, for me to get my 4 hours of sleep. At that point, I knew I had lost all control. I knew that everything else, it was because of my family and my friends and my loved ones praying for me. That got me through that time. And so I don't know if you are in the first part or in the second part. Lean on God. Take it one day at a time. Reach out to family and friends. Let them hold you up in prayer. I promise you, day by day, you will get through it. And then you'll be able to get to a fair balance. So this is what I pray for you. That whatever you're going through, take it one day at a time. Ask for prayers. because I know that without the prayers of others, I would not have made it through this time. So I strongly hope that you are showing up for yourself and that you have today. And if not, it's not too late. Our God is not done with you yet. He's not done with us yet. God bless and keep you.